Hey guys, today we are gonna discuss a very sought after topic that is not often very much talked about, and I believe people they should know what I'm about to tell them to make better life decisions, especially when building homes. So the topic is wood better for making house or building houses, or are bricks and stones better? So bear with me as I talk into detail and talking about the advantages and disadvantages of both, and then I will give you a final conclusion that overall which is better. So in the meantime, I humbly request you to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and comment in the comment section to let us know that if you want to know something or if you liked us. So let's begin. Starting with let's start with wood. So you see, there are uh, just a few countries where wood houses are constructed. Reason being, uh, it's an available source there. Secondly, wood is known as an insulator, so so those countries they are usually very cold. They get very cold, so as a result, the inhabitants there they use wood to build their houses. So now, let's talk about the cost effectiveness. So wood is generally very cheaper. It's considered cheaper than bricks, but I would say that it's based on their location, because certainly in many Asian countries, bricks would be cheaper than compared to wood, because there are the trees in Asia. They are not as thick and strong as other countries, and the wood is actually quite more expensive in Asia compared to the other countries. So, but wood it just generally less expensive. Aside from these few countries, it's expensive, especially for in America, in UK, or Europe, uh, in Japan, in China. So wood is cheaper, and it's a very budget friendly thing to a way to construct buildings. Uh, Secondly, it's very efficient in construction. Bricks they're very heavy, but wood is lightweight, and it can be easily used for manufacturing. It's easier for handling, and it reduces the labor cost. The labor cost total on your uh, home that you're gonna get. The design flexibility. Wood allows more architectural freedom, I believe, flexibility in terms of design and customization. But bricks they also have their own customizing option. So, but I would say the best benefit for the wood is the insulation and energy efficiency. So, if I get into the depth of wood houses in their history, so you'll find out that usually in cold climates, when people they didn't have uh, like the so many heaters in the and anything, they used to build their houses with wood. The reason being is wood is an insulator. So whatever heat they generated inside their houses, it remained inside for quite a long time, and the coolness of the outside, the extreme weather, it didn't get in so easily as wood. They are insulating material. But there are several weaknesses of the wood as well. I would say the weakness is are quite a bit. First of all, durability compared to bricks. I mean, woods. They're I would say pathetic, but they are very weak. They can they're susceptible to damage from moisture, pests, and the biggest thing I would say is fire. They they can't resist fire. On the other hand, brick, they like fire, it doesn't affect them. But fire, even if you are going to buy fireproof wood, or you're going to coat it in some fireproof coating, I would say that since the burning temperature of the wood is so low, if the temperature gets high enough, the wood will start to burning from inside out, and the coating will be useless. Um, Secondly, I would say that the wood, it damages quite easily. I mean, even water can damage it. Water, sun, and like the and another thing that people don't put into a lot of consideration is that termites, they too, they can damage they can damage the wood very bad. And uh, uh, and believe me, I have my experiences. They are impossible to get rid of. Even so, people, they would leave their homes completely to just get rid of them, because termites, they infect wood. And if they do, I hope they don't get to any one of you, who my viewers, or anyone else probably. So they're very hard to get rid of. They destroy everything. uh, the durability, it's also very bad. I mean, you cannot build a several story building using wood, because it won't be able to sustain all the heavy load. It just can't. It's wood. Wood also decays. Like it's going to rot, or if not properly maintained. A noise transmission, it's also a very bad thing in woods. I mean, once I went to I personally live in a brick house. So once I went out to meet a friend who live in a wooden house. So I was surprised to say that I have never felt so uncomfortable inside a room, because whenever anyone was coming, or the wood, it would make a creaking sound, and I could hear the noise, or the sound of people in the next room. I mean, the walls, they were this thin. So I didn't had a very good experience with wooden houses. But I would say it depends on the location as well. I mean, today there are two countries who mainly work on wooden houses. First will be Japan, and second will be USA. And that one thing I would like to tell you about these wooden houses is that they are supposed to last you not more than uh, I believe 80 years, if they are maintained properly. I'm even exaggerating saying 80. Even in 80, not most parts of them, they won't be able to survive this long. So you'll have to replace many parts, like walls for example. They just deteriorate very quickly compared to the other parts. So, especially in Japan, the houses they're made of such a poor quality that they they won't last even 50 years. I believe 20 to 30 years after that, the house is no good anymore. However, in Japan, people keep changing their houses, and in Japan there are so many natural disasters that uh, the houses like they made they make a cheap and cheap housing solution for people who are having in damages due to natural disaster. They can easily get an other house in another location. Another thing I would say is wood houses also have an advantage in case of earthquakes. Uh, because when if in case the house falls, a brick house is you won't survive if it collapses. But on the other hand, in the wind retaliation against winds and storms, bricks is better. I would say brick houses are probably better in more ways, especially now than that we have heaters in our homes and insulation is no longer a concern. And now let's come to bricks. As I told you before, bricks they're generally a little more expensive than compared to woods, but they are for the long run. And I would say, as you might most of you already know, that brick houses they can keep standing up for generations and generations to come. Uh, but they're generally more expensive, and their labor is higher. The construction cost is higher because it's harder to work with. Uh, there are a limited design options with wood houses because of its heavy weight. But I would say personally to me, brick houses they look a lot better, especially now that bricks come in so many different colors and different variants of reds, whites, and other colors. I mean, you can always paint the bricks if you want if you want to color them, but like pre uh, these bricks they come in the natural colors. Like if you use them, you won't even have to paint the exterior of your house or even the interior if you plan to use the natural brick look in the interior as well. But generally speaking, they're very durable and they look a lot better. I mean, personally, they look classy. The brick house looks very classy compared to wooden houses. Uh, as far as wood houses are compared, I like the style of the log houses that are made in from the giant logs of wood. I like their style, but yeah, those normal wooden houses I don't like very much. Bricks, they are fire resistant, as I told you. They are very strong. I mean, they're so strong, like they things that probably will destroy us wooden houses would do nothing to a brick house. Y- that walls they're very thick. You cannot hear or a noise or any sort of sound within the house in your room through walls or roofs because they're very thick. They are fire resistant, as I told you, environmental resistant, yes. And now the thing about brick houses is if you are living in a cold climate, it might cost you a little more to heat up everything. But I would say it's not a concern, a big concern, because the heaters, we have such high efficiency heaters. They can probably do this work for us. And the brick houses, since personally in my experience, since I live in a brick house, so it takes quite a lot of time for the heat inside to go to uh, disperse, because uh, the walls, they are quite thick, and if once they are heated, even when we turn off the heater, it's for a long time the room remains warm. And in the summer, I don't like, one thing is when the walls they get warm, the all the heat, it started to affect the inside. So we have to use the air conditioners to even the to fix it. But yes, keep this in mind, that they are conductors, excellent conductors, actually bricks, and once they're hot or they're cold, they're going to remain that for quite some time. Thermal conductivity is, yes, they have high conductor thermal conductivity. Mm. USA, I would like to say that the USA should also start working on the brick houses due to their durability. I mean, you've probably been to the cities, like the famous cities, and you probably everything there are made of brick houses because of their durability. You won't see any factory inside made out of wood, or you won't see any tall buildings made out of wood, because simply brick provides better better insulation. I'm sorry, better durability, a lot better durability. Even UK is using the UK and the Europe is they're using bricks. Even UK gets a lot of coal, but they do have their chimneys and their heaters to keep them warm. You see, wooden houses, they're just going on since the time of since the old times, when people don't have heaters and they rely on insulation to stay warm. So they're going from that period, and right now when technology has increased so much, they're still going on. So I would say brick houses are probably better in the conclusion, not just because I live in them, but because simply wood houses, they have a lot more weaknesses or disadvantages compared to the benefits that they're providing. So I hope you liked the video and I covered all the main things that you wanted to know. If you want to know anything else or you like the video, tell us in the comments. And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed, and turn on the notification bell and subscribe so you don't miss any of our new videos. Goodbye and take care.